I got for selling me clothes, open for selling me blanket. If ever I live for the soldier again, devil show me the sergeant.
Right, ladies and gents, this Mac Tightwad here again. Ooh, bird scarer just gone off there. Nearly dived down sights and started returning fire. No, me and Mike just nicked back over to the covert spot. Got something planned for the day, and so did his, but it didn't go to plan, so we ended up with a free day. Ms Tightwad has a small list of house jobs that need to be done tomorrow. That's my last rest day. We've just come over to our little covert spot. Oh, see that? Most people hear pheasant in the wood and think, oh, that's a pheasant. I just think, lunch. Now again, I'll sort of mention, I'll put a link into it, is Dog Soldier. I obviously had one of them that I got from a boot fair, and I just shouted out if anybody's got a cheap one to sell, just to get Mike a bed done in type of basher. This is what you can do with your bashers as well. And well, we just messaged me and boom, it was there within a few days, mate. Got that sewn up. Mike's had a little dive in that. I think it's on his video, I'm not sure if I caught it, but again, as we come down, see some of the stitching, the zigzag stitching. What I have noticed, that's cool, something that goes there, it's probably, this stuff is so, it's got all that silicone coating on it, and it was a absolute bugger to go through the machine, because where you got the foot that drags it through, it wasn't dragging there, but there's like a little bit of a, that'll get repaired, but that's just come there, and I don't know if that was the stressor that'll make, or just the shoddy.
It's probably the stress of me laying in the
no, but like I say, just so you see, because it's worth having a look, is, because I was going to do a quick how-to video, mate, but I just didn't have time yesterday, I needed to get it done, like, you know, so I did the other thing for Tony. Here we see the row of stitching that's gone there, and that's just, let's have that, that's the vertical one, the normal stitch. There is 2 lines of zigzag stitching beyond that, so that's the one that's just popped there, that one there, and then there's 2 rows of zigzag stitching. And if you're going to do something, you know it's going to be under pressure, zigzag the stitch. It's called, some people call it an elastic stitch in that as well, because that just takes a lot more pressure. So even though that just popped there, and that'll be repaired, because next time I might drop this off, I'm going to put the triangle bits on it. There are 2 lines of stitching beyond that, so you can see what I mean by that, and there's the original stitching. That's the actual line you'll see on the outside, and there's 2 beyond that in a channel. But yeah, I just think if you've got an old basher, or you can get a cheap basher, they're not that hard to make up, mate. And like I say, you've got your ground sheet, a bed.
Well, and I think it's got, as I say, I think we can come up with multiple uses for it.
Yeah.
Because like if you're gonna sew those triangle bits on the end,
that
then gives you your sort of wind protection from each end.
Each end there.
Right. And if we do the Velcro bits as well, then you've got a method of filling it, so all the stuffing won't come out at the end. So you've got a mattress.
Yeah.
So you can almost do away, if it works and you're in the right place, you can do away with your air beds. You can do away with your roll mats, because it'll all be here. And I must admit, and the other little thing that I mentioned earlier, I reckon if you can get hold of a couple of hoop poles, you've almost got the chance of making this into a little hoop
bivvy. Yeah.
So, but it's all, these things evolve, and like you've got various different options.
Yeah, no, that's true, mate. That's very, very true. Yeah, but definitely gonna sew a piece of, with me.
Yeah, I think the triangle
Piece of material down there, and then it'll be like a metre times whatever distance that is, and a bit of shot cord at the top, just on a little loop, so you can tie it off there, one each end. Ain't gonna add no more to the weight, because my thing was this, my original design criteria was lightweight, so you've always got it with you, if that makes sense, and it's not too heavy to dosh it like. No, but cheers, Dog Soldier. There's a result of the old basher you kindly sent, mate, so I appreciate that. I know you said you got a bit of sewing up you wanted to do, mate. Let me know, and that's a job done on that. But other than that, nothing was disturbed today.
So it's been another, well, at least a week, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, actually, it's been longer than a week.
Yeah, it has as it goes, mate. Yeah. But we're gonna try and improve this screen a bit more. Don't have to be too fantastic. Doesn't need to be a solid block because that will be seen. Just a few more branches in there, just so when people look in this direction, the outline of what's behind this will obviously be broken up a bit. I'll tell you when you get over here, I just want to have a brew and chill and come over with some quite good ideas, mate. But there you go. Anyway, ladies and gents, I'll bring you back sort of later.
See how we go. Oh, should have taken my boots off.
It's going to get dirty anyway, mate, isn't it?
Do you know what? That's surprisingly comfortable.
It is, mate, yeah. And it looks like you've got a bit of sag there. But
well, I think that's my my slight frame that's causing that sag.
I seem to have that's a similar problem I have now. But as we just talked about though, mate, if you either widen your poles out, then that will just pull that a little bit more taut. Should you like it, mate? I had a sound night's sleep in mine, mate.
Yeah, no, this actually seems surprisingly comfortable. So it's a bit like hanging in a hammock.
It is, mate. Yeah, and I think this. What's that? Oh, I've got a little bit down there, but there's two double layers on that, right? Yeah. And I've just found the whole stitch in there. But yeah, surprised with that, but never mind.
Oh, that's quite good. Well, there you go, people. I'd like to say again, a big thank you to Dog Soldier and to Mac for doing this. And this looks extreme. Well, it may look comfortable, and I can tell you it is extremely comfortable. So I shall be looking forward to spending a night in this. What? I've got to get out now. That could be the problem.
I just flick your legs out, mate. I think you may want it a bit, because that was, you know, as I say, it was slipping on there, mate. There's that one that seems to be gone a little bit there, and I'll have this back off here at some point, and I'll just run it and have a look where I'll stitch it down there. But it's been done sewn 3 times, if that makes sense. Yeah. 2 lots of the zigzag, which will take the actual thing, well, 1 litre down the edge there. Oh look, that's not. Sure that'll be fine, mate.
Right, let's turn the camera off.
Now I will run another lost. Sort of hold that one.
No, it's going to wrap it now, isn't it, really? I'm not being funny. Wait for me on there.
Well, no, there's a wait for me in that as well, mate. No, but
I don't think it's take two.
no. But the last one where it's turned over there, mate, that's the one that's gone. See that one?
Yeah.
That's the one that's gone there, and I don't know because a lot of the time it was just charring up, if that makes sense. But you've still got, you see, like 1 lot and then another lot done, and each one's separate. So if one goes, the other should be okay. Yeah. But I still probably take a second to run that over. You can do that 5 minutes while I sat there waiting for us.
To be honest with you, mate. The other thing you could do is if you can find some old tent poles.
Yeah.
You've almost got a hoop bivvy.
So you could do, mate. You could hoop bivvy there. So now, ladies and gents, we're just discussing various options on the old tarp bed there. Again, my thing is that I always want to keep it like uber lightweight. Let's just make sure if you see with the camera. Yeah, you can. Is a piece of material sewed along from there to there, so it's probably 1 metre by 1 metre, but in a triangle, so it will go up to there. So when you've got a tarp over it, or whatever you've got over it, to stop the wind or any weather coming in that way, always permanently attached is a triangle of material on both sides. Again, if you're using a lightweight material, ain't gonna do a lot to it. And Mike's just obviously said the idea of going putting some Velcro, you know, maybe a 30 centimetre, 3 lots of Velcro across there, only on the one side, so you could then fill it full of bracken if you needed to do so.
As a bed.
As a bed, yeah. So if you didn't have a roll, you could actually put a load of stuff in there as it is, or when it's on the floor. Because this isn't just designed to be a bed, this is designed to roll up inside your roll mat, and it's going to be, you know, your floor mat, or, you know, I think a lot of people, I've always kind of just at the moment, just use the old £1 blue tarp type things, and it's what lightweight, but that's to replace that. Yeah, no, so just having a little chat about that, a couple of modifications to that. As Mike says, things like that evolve, you know, once you get it to where it is, and then it will evolve. Yeah. No, it's a nice day, mate, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Nice day.
Definitely. Well, any day's a nice day when you're out in the woods.
Yes, that's true, mate. That's very, very true. It's nice to hear a bit of that bird song as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, if Martin was here, I'd tell you what one. That's a greater spotted warbler. And I can't even faint sort of the Latin names of these things.
Now, that's a good thing with Martin. Not only does he tell you exactly what it is, but he even gives you the Latin name for it.
I know, well. he's a bit of a, what do they call that, a twitcher.
Yeah. An ornithologist.
That's a posh word for it. Don't ask me to spell it. That's just nice, isn't it? Things I could just sit on that now, lie on that and go to sleep. I mean, have a snooze on that now, but we're just trying to do a bit of a little bit of a increase old building on this. Right, ladies and gents, first order of business today is a work party. We've been out now, all dead full. Most of it sort of wet, which is that's cool because that's going to be the very base of the old fire shield there. And it's just nice hearing that woods and nothing else. Except for the bird scarers. You just got to love that Murphy's Law, haven't you? Take care. Lovely, lovely. Even when it comes up against a tough knot, mate, you have to give it a bit of a welly. But they're pretty pretty damn good, aren't they?
You put that there, yeah, and we can tie
that too. That would go up there. Yeah. Right, so I'll get the old sheath on the outside.
Nice green stick to go across there, yeah.
Even that small, still got a bit of welly in it.
Yeah.
Other than that, mate, it's the only hammering thing we got, or hitty thing, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
So yeah, they weigh a pound in weight. That's getting a bit better. Oh, that's nice. We're going just using another bit of wood. If I'm smacking that in there, I'm just going to destroy that. So a little bit of that.
Like I've done on my side.
Second, mate.
Like I've done on my side.
Oh no, it's just I realised I was going to do it, mate. So I just thought, yeah.
Actually, I don't think you need to go much further than that.
No, I think that'd be enough. Yeah, that'd be enough to windlass it in.
And if we tie those in anyway,
yeah, job done.
That'll be fine.
Job done.
So we don't really need to go up as high on the sides, I don't think.
I wouldn't have thought so, mate. No, only to about there, I'd say.
Yeah.
Oh. That's all right. Next time I say shovel mud,
yeah,
or as Carlisle will say, moss that bad boy. Or is that
no, go on.
You got your eye on that, or?
I think I'm probably going to go there actually, stay there.
Yeah, is that going to be?
I've got a couple here that's a bit loose. Try and tie them in to that if I can.
Could be looking prettier, I think, but
well, once we coat it in mud, it'll look a lot better.
right. So we're happy with the size then, mate?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's going to give us a decent fire.
I'm just going to go see if I can get that one in there, just because this is like, what do you call it, side, where it can be viewed from the path, like, yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, the height of that, even with a decent roaring fire, yeah, you're not going to see it. The flame's got to be pretty high for you to see that.
Can be fiddly doing, but once it's done, it's done. I'll get another bit of wire for that side. That's that looking good. Oh, Grizzly Adams, he'll be proud of that, won't he? Proud of that. That's
Job done, as they say.
yeah, can we turn that round, mate? It's just lift it up a little bit and that as well. We can always wind that, because that doesn't need to move in any way, does it? It's not a spit or anything, no. Yeah, so that will just get windlassed in. Have some of that. Right. We're going what we're using me found a load of wire when we first come in here, dangerous to the animals, but it's been repurposed. Yeah, it's coming on very nicely, that, coming on very nicely. Right, ladies and gents, we're going to have a little brew here. Got the old Swiss stove out with me today. Used it a couple of 3 times, actually loving it. The old oiled mop strings. A little go now, just fluff it up a little bit. I always leave, well I dip it in, I always leave a little bit hanging out. Just see if I can, I've done it once before, I only just run out and tried, see if I can get it lit with a fire still. Bingo. There we go. No girly gas here. No girly gas here. What I'm going to do is hold that. It's going like good in there. I'll hold that like that and drop a little bit of the old tinder in there. Drop that in there. Right, ladies and gents, there we see it's only about 5 minutes. A little bit of a false start there, that's because I just never kept feeding it fuel. But lovely bubbly, the old Swiss rocket style, very, very nicely. That's my brew water there. And that lovely, unmistakable sound that you can hear. Bacon, and it smells gorgeous, mate. I'll tell you what, I'm seriously debating whether I'm going to give you that bit of cake or not. That smells nice. No, right, ladies and gents, yeah, Swiss rocket stove, got to keep using this stuff. Got no problem, and a little bit of the bracken and bits and bobs around, a few bits of wood. And one of my candle little mop string firelighters. It's always a learning. I'm putting too much wax on them and that, and I think it's having a detrimental effect. But yeah, it's got the fire going. I'm just saying, it's next time I'm just not going to put as much wax in it, or I completely soak them. But yeah, I'm going to crack on now, otherwise that's going to boil away. I've got me coffee on the go now. I'm just going to have a little go getting the old bush box going, and Ms. Tightwood made me some curry yesterday. Finding these things go up really, really well, but in between you've got to get a few decent bits in there, just so it takes. Nice one. There we go, that's a nice little fire going on there. I'll whack that on there, that's a nice bit of curry that Mrs. did for me last night. Spoon there. Well, it doesn't look very appetising, but that's some sort of curry dish she did last night. I can't remember the name of it now. It's got a posh name. Absolutely gorgeous it is. Oh, watch your face on that one, boy. Yeah, I haven't got any bacon bit. You know, for girlies, this is a proper man curry. This will give you a win, boy. Wow, look at that flame coming out of there. Which is good, because if you've got some bits that are slightly... Everything's here just literally in a few metres of where I've been stood. Walk far to get the old wood. But I'm loving this cooker. It's well, it's just a Rolls Royce of cookers, really. So there's only one thing, you know, say it's slightly heavier than all the other cookers I've got, but you know, so when I'm departed my mortal core, which I hope is a number of years, this will be passed on to somebody. Oh, look at that. Can you smell that curry, mate? Oh, that's no use because you don't like curry. I don't like curry. No.
Can't get me with that one.
No. Had a little bush boot fair yesterday, cut the little results if I get time. Oh, here we go. Another bloody aircraft coming over. Anyway, ladies and gents, look at that push box. Brilliant. The only problem we got here is, well, it's just living near a private airfield. Oh, sorry, we are near a private airfield. And every now and again you get somebody taking off or landing. And he looked like he was gonna, he sounds like he's gonna crash, doesn't he?
Yeah. A couple like that.
Yeah. I think what they do is they come back, they sail into the airfield like on a practice land, and then just hit the revs to take off again. Ah, just spanking. Ah.
The last time we came in,
Yeah.
we had a look at those bunkers.
Yeah.
Did you actually have a look in there?
No, I didn't as it goes, mate, because I was doing that little bit of scoping or recce round the side, wasn't I? Where it was all looking good, but that fallen tree was, and but then there was a blinking.
Well, Marty sent me some information.
That big Outlander.
No, Mike Cuff.
Oh, right, oh, Mighty Cuff. Sorry, mate. I thought you said mine.
And basically, right, Earl's Cone Airfield
That's
was
right.
actually built by the Americans.
I'm not surprised, mate. Every single field round here in Suffolk and Essex was called Little America during the war.
Yeah.
Big bomber bases, fighter bases, mate. I mean,
Well,
I
they
might.
used to fly B-17 bombers out of Earl's Cone.
Like Wethersfield, as you know, mate, was up until recently an American base here as well, like, mate. You know, second to Alconbury and Lakenheath. Every single field round here was, well, a fighter base for the 8th Air Force, mate. And I've made a lot of models of them guys' aircraft, the Mustangs and so forth.
Yeah. Well, those bunkers were actually built obviously for the airfield. Right, so they
Right,
did-
lads,
they
I'm just
actually-
gonna
sorry.
take it off there, mate. No, just probably boring everybody to death there anyway. Yeah, there, nice bit of curry, man food, better than girly bacon. All right, ladies and gents, yeah, we've had a brew, had a scoff, done a bit of finishing off here, and yeah, just gonna have a little chat about a couple of things I picked up from a boot fair yesterday. Fiskars X5, small little X, weighs a pound. Sort of been using both of these today, me and Mike. Well, let's say it's well used. A little bit knocked about. It comes with a half decent edge on it as it goes, to be perfectly honest. It's done everything we've needed it to do today, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly has.
Yeah, only weighs about a pound. I think you're quite chuffed with it, mate, now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry there, ladies and gents, and it's very small. Comes with a, you know, fairly decent, I must admit, cover for it. It's got a belt loop on the back. You can clip it onto your kit, but I think the idea with this is, I've got the X7, which has got a longer handle. You're always going to have this with you as a little camp hatchet and that, you know. We'll call it an axe as such, as a hatchet, and had a little result on that. Yeah, bit of a haggle, and something I've seen there, and again I've got these for very reasonable prices. Is the Fiskars. Just want to make sure I'm in shot there as it goes. Yeah, the Fiskars SW75. Aircraft taking off there. Every time you push the old cam button, the aircraft takes off, doesn't it? Comes out with a really long blade, and that has been used extensively today. We've been doing a lot of cutting up with it, and making the old. I'll just wait till the aircraft goes by. Ever so annoying. An extremely long blade there, and sharp as a razor. It's gone through everything we've needed it to go through with ease. I actually thought the blade was a bit thin, but that's not giving me no problems. And again, I had that and a couple of the old axes off the guy, and the 2 axes, and one of them, a little bit of haggling as the old tightwad does. I got that sort of 2 axes and that for 22 quid, and I don't think you can chuckle for that. What I'm going to do is, like last night, I mean, they're not, you know, the actual top end axes and that. I'll just scrape that down a little bit, and also want to get a bit of inner tube there and just put a piece of rubber inner tube on that. But I'm quite chuffed with that. It's done everything we needed it to do today, including hammering stuff in and that as well, so it's got a dual purpose. And that one, didn't think I'd like the old blade, because it's rather like that Bear Grylls one, but that's got a whacking old blade on it, and for what it weighs, a rubber handle at the back. It's been a cracking little saw today, and we've been doing load of sawing up and that. So ladies and gents, yeah, the Fiskars SW75 and the X5 got quite a nice little I'll give them a full working out today. If they were going to break or something, they would have done so, and I'm pretty chuffed with them, especially for the money. Boot fair, tool store, job done, nice one. And I think certainly if I'm going to know, I've still got my Laplander, but I think that's just, I probably bought this because I keep looking at them silky saws everybody's on about and everybody's got, but they're very, very expensive. I like to have like what I call a tightwad option, and yeah, certainly to keep that in your rucksack. Laplander I always keep on my belt. I wouldn't be in the field without one, a Laplander, but that's certainly a good secondary one. And the old Fisk, wow, I'm loving that today. Anyway, take care ladies and gents, and I'll just spin you around anyway, have a little look. That's the old left and right, so we're going to shield it. We've got a bar going across the top, 2 watt Y spokes on it, and done a bit of work on the old fire today. Must admit, we wanted to do a few bits more, but it just came to it. We had something to eat, had a cup of tea in the bun, and just sat there and over there and just talked about everything and nothing there. Just chilled out and just enjoyed the woods, which is all a big part of it and that as well. Right, anyway mate, good day.
It certainly has been a good day.
And well, we've got that finished anyway mate.
Yeah, I mean, like, but then, you know, like I said earlier, mate, any time in the woods is a good day. It
is mate, yeah.
Right,
as I just said there, I think we spent half of it sat on our arses after we
but then that, to be honest with
well,
you,
you'd had the bacon.
Well, I've had the bacon.
And I didn't even get a sniff of that, did I?
Well, you had plenty of sniffs of it. I mean, I only had enough for 3 rolls, so they weren't enough for you as well. Yeah.
No, I had Mrs. Tightwood curry and a nice bit of cake she'd done.
Yeah, no, that was a nice bit of cake.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Tightwood. It was most enjoyable.
But yeah, so I think that's it. Well, it's just a day in the woods, mate. But we've got something out of it anyway. Got that sort of done. Next time I'll kind of get that chair that I've got on my mind to do. All right, ladies.
I think to be honest with you, mate, we come here with so many good intentions and end up just sitting around chewing the fat.
That's true. No, that's a big part of it, mate. No, there's nothing wrong with that at all, is it? Anyway. Oh, here's another pheasant. Shut up, lunch. Or evening meal. Right, ladies and gents. Yeah, no worries. Quick day in the woods there, at a little covert spot. Apart from the blinking air car. Every time you press the record button, they take off, mate, don't they? Mad. We're all packing up now, and we're going to be shooting off home. Anyway, take care and be safe, everybody.